All right, let's get started. Hey, so good evening, everyone. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Big happy birthday to my dad, Steve Camp Sr., Papa Camp. 76 years. That's a lot of time. And I think, like we posted earlier, oh, let me turn this ringer off. For goodness. Mark just says he can't hear at all, which is weird since I think we were hearing ourselves okay. Yeah.
Anyone else having problems hearing on Facebook?
Let me
Audio is very low on Facebook.
Interesting. All right, so can anyone hear? I'm sorry, guys, we're trying to figure out what's going on, and then we will get going.
I think if we move it closer.
Closer?
I think so.
Okay. Zoom it in. Yeah, make it mostly on you.
No.
So apparently, yeah, the Facebook is having a tough time.
Okay, that's fine. Well, how's that?
Is that any better? Let me see if I can get to the Facebook.
Jeremy May said perfect, but that's probably because I was standing right behind it.
All right, Rahimi says we're good on YouTube. Thanks, Rahimi. Let's see. On the old Facebook. Okay, so they can't hear me, but they can hear you when you were closer to the phone.
They said that's better. So just speak up.
All right. Yeah, well, I can do that. I can yell.
You're very quiet in general, so.
All right, well, we can. All right, we're going to go. So 2025, Facebook sounds like it's having some issues. Maybe we could tune in on YouTube. There's some folks that sound like they can hear us. We'll get some mics and try to figure out something a little bit different for next time to make things a little bit better. But as we kick off the 2025 season, I want to welcome, we've got some new anglers fishing, a lot of the same old faces, a lot of new faces, right? So it's going to be exciting to kind of get the season underway. I think we've been waiting a long time to get this Alpha series started. I'm very excited. We've got a lot of good things in store for this year. We've got some cool swag, some different things that we have, and we're going to be ready to go. So again, welcome new folks, existing folks, glad to have you back. When we get started, let's do a huge congratulations to our 2024 points champion, Mr. JT Paulmore. Not only did you get like a big cool belt, not only do you get to fish for free this year in the Alpha Series, but you got like a sandwich named after you, right? That's pretty cool. And we'll talk a little bit more about the sandwich later. But that you've arrived, right? Once you have a sandwich named after you. So before we get started and get going, let's talk about waivers, right? Everybody should have gone by now onto www.vaelite70.com, gone over to Tournament HQ, click that link. It's like I'm pressing a screen here and you guys can see everything that I'm doing. Go ahead and press that link. You will see where it says Angler Info. Fill that out, and then Angler Waiver. Go ahead and fill that out as well. Get that completed. You can't fish unless you have that done, right? So we'll be able to check this week, and then the morning of, if you haven't done it, then you'll have to do it on your phone or some other type of media device. We will not have paper forms to fill out. You've got to do it online or on your phone. All right, so let's go through some of the, all right, that was administrative. Yep, talked about the waivers, talked about that stuff. Again, just a reminder for the season, we'll go through a little bit of a breakdown a little bit below. Total for the season, $2,600. That is $500 apiece for each of the 5 tournaments, plus the $100 membership and administration fee. You'll get some goodies for free down at the ramp, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Let's talk about rules, some of the new rules. Everything's the same. Body of water is off limits the Monday preceding the tournament till the Friday morning safe light. That's when you can have official practice day. During the off limits period, you're not allowed to solicit information from anyone that's been on the waters during the off limits period, right? You can talk to your partner, team series, anything else like, hey, remember 2 years ago, where was that spot that we were catching them this time of year, blah, blah, blah. That's fine, right? But going and saying like, hey, Tyler Trent, hey, could you give me a couple of those waypoints where you caught them at good this week on that Wednesday nighter down there? That's bad, and that is not allowed. So again, talked about no solicitation, none of that stuff for the off limits. A new rule for this year is during the tournament, you wear you have, a rule is you have to wear your life jacket while the boat is being propelled by the combustible number. Could somebody call Scott Banton and tell him we were doing boat numbers? He doesn't have Facebook, but he does have YouTube. So, kidding. You have to wear your life jacket during the tournament hours while the boat's being propelled by the combustible motor. You now have to do that during the official practice day, right? We're doing this as a safety first, safety reason. Just making sure that everybody is safe, right? Just make sure you have your life jackets on when the boat's being propelled by the gas motor during practice day and again during competition day. We're going to have polygraphs at every one of our events. So let's just we have a weight in our head that we think it's going to take to win this tournament. I don't want to give it away because Mark is running a free thing. If you run closest to if you guess the weight, you get some free prizes. We'll send some folks off to get truth verification, polygraphs going as soon as somebody hits that magic number. And then again, the leaders will take time in the hot seat, right? We'll talk a little bit more about that as we get a little bit further down. Protests, right? If you see something, say something. You have up to 15 minutes until after the scales close to put a protest in writing, right? I don't want to hear anything like Wednesday after the tournament saying, hey, we saw, and I'm just picking Cody Pike, he jumped the dam and went and fished over here, or he called so-and-so, or he did this, or he did that, right? If you see something, say something during the tournament, so that way we can take care of it there with the polygraph guys, and we have all the parties that are there, right? Let me know that when something happens, that's part of our rules, right? If you see something that's not right, or see something that it shouldn't be happening, or you have a question about, reach out to me and let me know. We talked about off limits. So, excuse me, and if any questions come in, David, Alexa, Claire, Renee, everybody over at Inked, thank you guys for keeping us clothed and doing a great job with truck wrap and everything else. Warren Poirier, Financial Strategies. Warren, thank you very much for sponsoring the hot seat. Really appreciate you and everything that you do for us. OTP Pressure Washing, Chris McDaniel, thank you. I got my gift on the truck this weekend. Meant to text you earlier and thank you, but I really appreciate it. Love that new camo pattern on the hats. AutoWorks Detailing, Bradley Johnson. I mean, dude, you're keeping us clean. Really appreciate all the work that you've done for our boats and trucks and cars and everything else. Love the local businesses that really bend over and treat us all incredibly well. So thank you for bending over backwards for us. True South Custom Lures, John Martin, thank you so much. MLT Plumbing, Mike Taylor, thank you very much for everything that you do with a smile and always happy. Appreciate you, bud. Richmond Marine Center, Ben Gibson and crew, thank you guys for everything. We've got some merch and service gift certificates that will be given out at each of our events. And our friends over at Propeller Dynamics, Robbie, Pam, Ashley, Mo, and company, thank you guys. We've got a handful of new sponsors that came on this year, and I'm really excited about these folks because A, they're great folks, and B, they're helping us out a ton by doing a bunch of different things. Let's start off with Criswell Automotive. Kevin Zott and Neil Coppett over there. Ed Lochran, who Touring Pro on the Elite Series, fishes our team series this year, is sponsored by them, and he talked to them on our behalf and said, like, hey, look, we think that these guys will be a great fit for what you do. They're a local company up in Northern Virginia and Maryland. They sell the following makes and models: Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep, Dodge, Honda, Nissan, Buick, Hummer, GMC, Isuzu, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, and Maserati. If you are looking for that new tow vehicle, Maserati may have you covered. Again, Kevin and Neil, definitely appreciate everything that you guys are doing for us, and thank you very much for your support. Missile Baits, Alex Watts, Johns Cruz, Ed Lochran, all those folks, thank you very much for partnering with us in the trail. And Moneymaker Jigs, Mr. Barry Cobb, thank you for being with us. We definitely appreciate it. We talked about this at the team series. For those folks who have seen it, again, thank you for the patience. As you hear it again, please make sure that if you have a boat that falls under the contingency plans, right? Please make sure that you guys have filled out your contingency, be it First Flight or Quest or Tracker, whatever. But Phoenix, Bass Cat, Nitro, Triton, Skeeter, Vexus, Falcon. Make sure you have your contingency in place, because I would hate for someone to lose out on another, $2, $3, $5, $7, $10,000 if you're able to win a tournament this weekend and you didn't have the contingency stuff filled up, right? Would hate that for you guys, and I know you'd hate it as well. Also, we have just a reminder for the Mare contingency. So for the highest place in Phoenix and Bass Cat, for the highest place in Phoenix and Bass Cat, if their contingency with Mare, you get $1,000 from, if you own a Phoenix and you're the highest place in Phoenix finisher, right? And you're in First Flight and all that good stuff. If you are, and you purchased it from Mare. If you did not purchase it from Mare, but you're the highest placing Phoenix, which we have a lot of those folks, and that's okay. Instead of 1,000, you get 500. Okay. Bass Cat through Mare, if you purchased it through Mare, you get $500. Okay. Highest placing. And if you did not purchase it through Mare, you get $250. So that's awesome. A huge thanks to Richard for getting all that stuff in place for us. And what we'll do is, after the event, we'll let you know, like, hey, you're the highest place in Phoenix. Hey, you're the highest placing Bass Cat. Give you Richard's information. You call him on Monday. Let him know. I'll have already let him know. And he'll handle getting all your paperwork, text forms, and all that stuff taken care of. Here's what I'll also ask. Highest place in Phoenix, highest place in Bass Cat. Thank those folks, right? If you're getting the money, if you're getting 250, 500, 1,000, whatever it may be from them, just thank them, right? They don't have to do it, but they do it for our series, and that it's a huge benefit to each of us that compete, that own those boats. So just, again, make sure that we appreciate and let them know that we appreciate that. Our staff, again, we could not do this not only without our sponsors, but we couldn't do it without our staff. Huge thanks to Tiffany, Alex, Donnie, Renee, Paige, Brooklyn, Autumn, Jackson, Candace. Thank you. All right, let's see. We got all kind of goodies left to go over. Off limits, we've talked about off limits. Off limits started today at 12:01 a.m. will last all the way through Friday morning at Safe Flight. At Safe Flight, you can go on out there and see if you can find some fish. You have to be off the water Friday by 7:30 p.m. I don't even know if it's light at 7:30 or not, but you have to be off the water. I know in the summer it'll be later, but 7:30 is the cutoff time. Excuse me. Saturday morning, we're going to open the trailer at 5:30. We're going to get you checked in, get you numbers. This year, similar in the team series, you're going to get these cool little what do we call them?
Paddles?
These little paddles.
They're nice.
They're very nice. We're going to reuse these, right? So you will get this in the morning. You'll be able to show this off at Blast Off, put it in a console, put it somewhere safe to keep it kind of straight and not bent up or wet or anything. And then when you check in that afternoon, you show your number, right? And then you go ahead and when you bring your bag up, you're going to go ahead and just drop this in a bucket by the by where you excuse me. When you put your fish in your bag and you bring it up, we'll go ahead and drop this in. We'll have a little bucket there for you to put those in as you come into the boat check. All right, let's talk about, all right, so you're going to get in the morning, sign in, get your number. We're going to do a side pot, right? So any place that we go that has like smallmouth, largemouth spot, we offer an optional side pot. And then you're going to let us know that morning, or you can do it now. You can send it over Venmo, whatever you want to do. It's $20 per person per boat, okay? And that $20 is 100% payback, right? So if everybody gets in, that's what, $1,400, $1,500 that could go back to the biggest spot, right? It's $20, biggest spot, and we'll pay that out cash that afternoon. We're going to have, like I said, you're going to go pick up your new 2025 Alpha Elite shirt. This is mine. I'm just showing it off a little bit.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's small. I mean, it's what I have rolled. It has our sponsors on the back, all that good stuff. We have a ton of hats, right? Fitted, non-fitted, all different kinds. They're going to be $20 each. Huge deal. Thank you, Inked, for that. We'll have those that morning. We'll have them set on the table. You just go say like, hey, I want this one to this one, $20 each. Not a bad deal. Talked about that, the payouts, polygraph. We talked about that. All right, I'm going to do this. Again, we did this for the team, and I'll make sure that this is up on Facebook, but it's live so everybody knows about it. 75 teams, $500 per tournament. It's $37,500 is a total intake that we're taking. The payout is going to be $33,750. Paying back one spot for every 50 boats. The difference is $37.50, right? We're paying back 90%. 90%. I'm going to walk through the payouts real quick. First place is $11,000. Wow, 75 boats, $11,000 first place. Not too shabby. Second place is $5,000. Third place is $3,000. Fourth place is $2,500. Fifth place is $2,000. Sixth place is $1,500. Seventh place is $1,300. Eighth is $1,200. Ninth is $1,100. 10th is $1,000. 11th is $800. 12th is $700. 13th is $600. 14th is $550. 15th is $500. Big Fish is $1,000. Okay, so that's our payout. Going through that. Let me talk real quick about food. Right, food and coffee the morning of. I joked at the top of the broadcast that, hey, JT won the championship. I got a sandwich named after him. Ted Lemke, Silence of the Ham, is going to be there, have breakfast. He did an incredible job, I think, at Anna, right? It was very, very good. He'll have fried bologna, egg and cheese biscuits, sausage, egg and cheese biscuits, bacon, egg and cheese biscuits, $5 each. That's a heck of a deal. He'll also have coffee, sodas, Gatorade, $2 each. And then at the end of the tournament, he'll have at weigh-in barbecue with slaw. He'll also have the Palmore, which I think the recipe has changed, where it's smoked bologna, barbecue, and slaw. Yeah, those sandwiches are ginormous, and they are $10 each. Again, he'll have drinks and all that good stuff. So, Ted, really appreciate you coming down and doing that. You're the man. I talked about bags, right? We already talked about the paddles, right? You have these, you return them, right? If you don't return them, what's the cost?
It's $1,000.
$1,000 fine. All right, $1,000 fine if you don't return them. Bags, use airbags. We're going to talk about that. The reason why is in each of our bags we have a mesh bag. Don't know if you can see through that or not, but it is mesh, I promise you. You get the bag, you put your fish in said mesh bag. You put water in the solid bag, and you bring your fish up. And then our crew will separate, do all that, work all the magic, send you along the way, get your fish measured and everything, and you just bring the mesh bag up to us. Yeah, easy enough.
Easy enough.
Cool, I like that. All right, so let's go over a little bit of the fishing stuff, and then we'll get to boat numbers and all that good stuff. Do we have any questions so far?
No, not so far.
Good, we'll take it. People are just ready for boat numbers. All right, so again, this tournament is Bugs Island. It is going to be this Saturday, March 22nd. We are putting it at Occoneechee State Park. There's a $10 ramp fee that you're responsible for. We're fishing for 5 fish, smallmouth, spots, largemouth, all over 14 inches, okay? The registration trailer will open Saturday morning at 5:30. Okay, at 5:30, we told you we're going to check you in. Everybody needs to come by, get a number. If you want to do the side pot, get your t-shirt. And if you want a hat, it's $20. Okay, we can take cash, Venmo, whatever you want. Registration trace will open at 5:30 a.m. Blast off will be at 7 a.m. Now, for the new folks, the one question that I have gotten a lot of is like, hey, how do we launch our boats if this is a solo tournament? Well, we'll have some folks there that should help, okay? Help drop you in. We'll have the keys at the trailer, those types of things. What I would recommend, and this worked really, really well last year, because I knock on wood, I don't think we have really any backups, right? Partner up, right? Like Candace and I, she's fishing, I'm fishing. I'd help her put her boat in. Boom, she'd put it out there, blah, blah, blah. Then I bring my boat down, launch it, she'd get it, whatever, right? Just work buddy system for that. Again, it worked well. It just helped some other folks out. At Occoneechee, right, when you come in, there's like 3 or 4 lanes. Let's use all of them, and let's make sure that we keep it going. And then, park, do all that good stuff. We'll have some glow sticks lighting the different lanes down there because it is a long ramp to put in. And we'll make sure that we have some of that lit up so that you'll be able to see and tell and all that good stuff. All right, so let's talk about blast off. Will be at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Again, it's barring any kind of weather or anything else that happens, but 7 a.m. is when we're looking to start. First flights, boat 1 through 25. We'll launch out, idle out. You go into the bridge or idle out to the main lake. Make sure that you leave yourself plenty of time to get back in that no wake zone, because you're going to check in at the dock we're launching you from, which is that long dock that's right there beside the ramp. We'll have the first flight, 1 through 25, will kind of sit around that area, and you'll idle by, live wells open, kill switch on, lights on, all that good stuff. Second flight and third flight, you guys can kind of hang back towards the bridge that's back in the creek. Once we get those guys out, you guys will come right on up. We'll go to 25, and then it would just, the wait between first flight and second flight is, second flight is boats 26 through 50. You guys will be doing it 345, right? So we'll talk through that, 5 fish limit, all that good stuff. It's continuous launch, but it's staggered when you come in. So first flight, boat 1 through 25, your check-in time is at 3:30 p.m. Second flight, 26 through 50, you guys are due in at 3:45, okay? Third flight, 51 through 75, you guys are doing it 4 o'clock p.m. The scales will open at 3:35. 3:35, that gives me a chance to get back, get ready, get everything going. The staff will have everything set up, and then we'll go ahead and get started with the weigh-in, okay? Again, optional side pot for the largest spotted bass. It's $20. Few reminders: you cannot use culling devices that leave a hole, right? So you can only use non-puncturing culling devices. Emergency phone number is my phone number. Most everybody should have that. If you don't, we'll make sure you have it during the before blast off. We'll have that. Please use our weigh bags. Like I said, we've got them. We know how many are out there. That way we can control the amount of fish that come in. We'll have tanks set up, right? You'll bring in, you'll take the mesh bag and you'll go from tank to tank to the bump sink to another holding tank until we call you up at the scale. We will give you a weigh ticket when we're done. There will be an opportunity to take pictures. We'd love the pictures. Make sure you take pictures, and then hopefully we'll have some folks that can help run some fish back. But if not, you're responsible for getting your fish back to the water. Don't release them at the top of the ramp and just let them drop. Just get them down to the water and let them go. If we see some folks that maybe are a little slower, or maybe that walking down and coming back up the hill, it'll be a tough toll on them. Help them out, drop their fish, do those kind of things. Okay? Any questions?
What about river rat contingency?
Oh yeah, river rat contingency is 100%. I'll have some gear there as well. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeremy May.
Thank you, Jeremy May. All right, nothing else that we can think of? All right, let's, I think we should probably do some boat numbers.
Okay.
What do you think? All right, you're calling them off and I'm...
Let me know when you're ready.
All right, let me close this. Let me set that there. I'm shaking them up. I'm ready to go, hon.
All right, Philip Adams.
Philip Adams. Welcome, boat 70.
Chris Atwell.
Chris Atwell, boat 68.
Ronnie Baker.
Oh, Ronnie Baker. Lucky 14.
Philip Banks.
Philip Banks. 20.
Scott Banton.
Oh, Scott Banton. 18.
Donnie Bell.
Donnie Bell from Hopewell. 26.
Shane Burlow.
Shane Burlow. 24.
Jason Bishop.
Oh, Jason Bishop. How about your number 3?
Tony Black.
Tony Black. Good to have you, sir. 63.
Bo Bolts.
Bo Bolts. 44.
Gilbert Brown.
Gilbert Brown. 49, sir.
Flash Butts.
Flash Butts. It's going to be a tough one. 23.
Mark Cannon.
Mark Cannon. 59, sir.
Sorry. Chaz Carrington.
Chaz Carrington, number 5, defending champion, our first ever Alpha winner on this very same pond.
Tim Chafin.
Tim Chafin, 16.
Ooh, technical difficulties. 1 second. Bobby Clark.
Bobby Clark, 37.
Chris Daves.
Chris Daves, 38.
Lou Daves.
Lou Daves, 33.
Mark DiMarzio.
Oh, Mark DiMarzio, 43.
Joshua Dudley.
Josh Dudley, 73.
Timmy Elliott.
Timmy Elliott, 29.
Greg Fernandez.
Greg Fernandez, 74.
Scott Fleming.
Scott Fleming, 4.
Jacob Floyd.
Jacob Floyd, 69.
Les Forrest.
Les Forrest, 11.
Garrett Gouge.
Garrett, 12.
Charles Goff.
Charles Goff, 72.
Brian Green.
It's my rattling getting on your nerves.
No, not at all.
Brian Green, 55.
Bo Grubsner.
Bo Grosner, 36.
Chris Hall.
Chris Hall, 39.
Mike Hicks.
Mike Hicks, 56.
Matt Holt.
Matt Holt, number 6.
Bo Holland.
Bo Howland, 52.
Powell Kemp.
Old pal Kemp, OPK, 22. He will be tough on that ball.
Matthew Kite.
Matthew Kite, 61.
Rich Nicely.
Rich, 7.
Ryan Lockney.
Ryan Lockney, 30.
Justin Lee.
That's why I shouldn't let me pick numbers. I'm rattling. 13.
Shane Lineberger.
Oh, Shane. Let's see what we got for Shane. Oh, jeepers creepers. I think that's a misdraw. Number 1, Mr. Lineberger.
Timmy Lucy.
Timmy Lucy, 41, sir.
Parrish Malone.
Parrish, 50.
Jeremy May.
Jeremy May, 34.
Ryan McCarthy.
Ryan McCarthy, 31.
Chris McDaniel.
Chris McDaniel, 25, sir.
Billy Medlin.
Billy Medlin, 28.
Dennis Middleton.
Dennis Middleton, 32. He can be a tough guy on this one, too. A lot of them are.
A lot of them are.
100, all of them.
All of them
All
are.
75, 100%.
Blake Miles.
Number 10, perfect 10, Blake Miles.
Treen Wen.
Tree, 64. Hey, fella.
Chase Nicely.
Chase Nicely. Had a good tournament last weekend. Boat number 2, sir.
Russ Nixon.
Oh, Russ. 46, sir.
Wyatt Novak.
Wyatt. Let's see what number we get for Wyatt. 53, sir.
Kyle Owen.
KO, 48.
Farron Painter.
Farron, 57. We had a good tournament there last year, too.
JT Palmore.
JT, it'll be a tough one, too. 19.
You know, he asked if he could have first flight.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Defending champ and all.
Cody Pike.
Cody Pike, 45.
Alex Peroski.
Alex, glad to have you, sir. 35.
Frank Poirier.
Franklin, 67.
Ryan Krosnick.
Oh, Ryan Porosnik. How about you, 15?
Brandon Pritchett.
Brandon Pritchett. He gonna be a tough one, too. 51. Everybody's going to be tough.
Tev Rollins.
Tev. How about you, Bo 9?
James Regario.
James. Glad to have you, sir. 66.
Scott Shield.
Scott. 58, sir.
Billy Shelton.
Sir William Shelton. 62.
Rodney Sorrell.
Rodney. 27.
Shannon Spradlin.
Shannon Spradlin. 47.
Zach Stupa.
Young Zach Stupa. 54.
Matthew Streichel.
Oh, Matthew. 75. Bring it up the rear, sir.
Mr. Mike Taylor.
Mike Taylor, 21.
Grant Vest.
Grant Vest, 65.
Josh Waggy.
Josh Waggy, 40. 40.
I got it. Alex Watt.
Alex, number 8. Welcome, sir.
Brad Webb.
Oh, Brad Webb just had a birthday.
Happy birthday.
I know, it wasn't too long ago. 60.
Don Wheeler.
Don the Hammer Wheeler, 71.
Phil Wilcox.
Did you count the numbers?
No, you didn't.
I'm just kidding. 42, sir. 42. And that's
it, thankfully.
100%. All right, that's it, gang. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thanks for watching. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but we will see you guys Thursday